go ahead. Daniel.
Yeah, this is Daniel, and I play Dominic.
Plays Dominic. Who is this Dominic? What does he live here for?
Yeah, I only know Timmy Trouble.
Why does he keep rushing into rooms?
Hey, why does he keep pushing all the buttons that the DM has set up? Okay.
No, he is not pushing all the buttons the DM has set up.
Oh, he's pushing most of them.
Pushing the ones that weren't actually there.
Let's see here. The next person on our lovely list here is Leather Jacket Bear. Go ahead, Leather Jacket Bear.
I am Leather Jacket Bear, also known as Cyberpunk. I play Gawain, the weirdly tall, weirdly young, weirdly jacked half-drow paladin of Roysa.
Yeah. You're just a walking series of contradictions.
That was the entire thing.
Yeah. Raven. Go ahead, Raven.
Hi, I'm Raven. I am playing James tonight.
You're playing James tonight. And last but not least, Gabby, go ahead.
I am Gabby. I am also Team Half Drow, playing Vera Casa, who is a barbarian. She hits things.
Yeah, you hit things.
And sometimes remembers not to cast Fairy Fire while also raging.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes.
Just waiting for the last player to get over here in Sorath on the map here. This is our lovely city of Sorath, currently occupied by our party, who has decided to split up this morning and go to two different locations. Really, most of them are going with Dominic / Tim, whereas Rianne is going to the castle by herself. So, without any further ado, scene is yours.
Are we starting with Team Babysitting Dominic?
Do you want to start
Yes.
with team babysitting? Okay, we'll start with team babysitting Dominic. Dominic. Okay, you're allowed.
Fences are heavy, though.
The group all wanders into the city this morning. You already have had your breakfast. You've decided which ways you're going to go, and you're heading into town. You're free to do any shopping you wish, but Dominic, I believe you wanted to go and find your, maybe not friend, but contact, Mr. Crew.
Yeah, with the red razors.
Yep, Mr. Crew with the red razors. So you go to the location where you normally wait for him. Looking for Lanky Guy, who has never introduced himself to you. After a few minutes,
practically best friends.
Yeah, after a few minutes, Lanky Guy comes out of one of the buildings nearby and walks up to you by the well. He kicks the dirt around and he says, What do you want today?
I'm actually here for information.
Information?
Mm-hmm.
What sort of information are you looking for?
Well, I don't know if you heard about the altercation that happened in the city streets a few days back, or if you've noticed any of the cult activities going around in the area.
We've noticed that someone's been edging in on our territory, and we did hear about some altercations in the streets, yeah.
See, I'm gonna look over to my babysitters and give them a thumbs up, like, see?
Gawain is resisting rolling his eyes with all of his being.
Yeah, make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I almost went for my physical dice.
I have a feeling Vera is leaning up against whatever wall that he left us at, arms crossed, very hard glare. doing the full bodyguard.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, well, you definitely resist, but you're trying. You know you're trying real hard here. The lanky guy says, "Who are they? Are they your muscle?"
Yeah, they're with me. I keep them around to handle problems.
Make a persuasion check. Brienne, in the distance, knows something's up. Well,
Yes, yes, she does.
that's
She's
pretty
going,
good.
oh, thank you. Oh,
That's pretty good.
do I have enough money to bail them out?
You probably do. I don't know why this. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So he says, "Huh, well, it's good to have muscle like that."
Yeah, perhaps we can help each other out.
All
If
right.
you give me the information of those people who are hustling in on the area, maybe some of the cultist activities, we can go take care of the problem for you.
All right. Well, I'll have you go talk to Crew. He's over at the Serpent's Head Inn.
Good deal. Is he there now?
He should be.
And then I'll start off in that direction. And I'll motion for the other two to follow me.
Alrighty. In just a moment.
Gawain follows along, but also briefly AFK. I just heard a crash in the kitchen.
Oh no.
And
I
a
have
quick
cats.
question before we move on.
Sure.
Did we actually do what we set out to do first? Like, have we just departed last session?
You had just departed from the tavern from the boarding house last session to come in to the city. Yeah.
Okay.
So his objective was to go and talk to Crew.
Okay. I think Vera might just nod at Gawain
Mm-hmm.
and do one of those like slow walk backwards before he notices.
You're trying to disappear.
Yes. One of those.
Gotcha.
Who else is with me? Did James come?
I believe James is with you guys.
Game babysit.
Okay. I'll let you decide what you're doing, but Vera's definitely backing up slowly.
Okay, so you're trying to leave the current group at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay. Easy enough. You dip out. Alright.
And I will actually head to a store to get our cash, is what Vera was doing.
Okay. Okay, which store are you heading to get your cash?
Oh dear. Who did I do last time? I think maybe like a.
Bond guy.
I'll just go to the market and see who strikes
Okay.
seems to have like, a good disposition for the day.
Yeah, most of the shopkeepers seem to have a good disposition, but go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
Okay. And I didn't mean to steal the scene if you want to switch over.
That's all right.
Have at it. I like money.
You are not there.
Yeah, she has dipped out.
You said insight, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Very good.
Ooh.
So the best place probably today would
Mhm.
be the we're gonna say the farmer's market.
That sounds good. I like a farmer's market. I'll look for tea while I'm there.
Okay. You go over to the farmer's market. They will take the a signed piece of paper, and they will pay you the money listed on the bank check,
Mm-hmm.
which is 2,000 Rits. And yeah, if you want to buy anything, you certainly can. They have some
look.
various things on sale, and if you inquire about tea, I'm sure they could point you in the direction you're looking for.
Yep, we don't need to spend time on my shopping, but I will definitely look.
Sure thing. Gentlemen, you roll up on the Serpent's Head Inn.
While I was handling my cat business, did anything in particular happen to get us in trouble again?
Veracasa has dipped out to go and get that bank check filled.
I gave you a very, nod. You knew what was happening.
Okay. Then I know James and I are in charge of Timothy.
Yes.
Bodyguard duty.
As you walk in, you see Mr. Crew sitting at a table. He's got a big roast chicken in front of him. He's eating. He's kind of leaning back. The guy next to him looks at you guys and kind of starts to stand up. And Crew puts his hand on his shoulder and says, "Oh, it's okay. Come on in, guys."
I'll walk right over.
What brings you to the Serpent's Head today?
I think we have a mutual problem that maybe we could help each other out on.
That being the losers pulling in on my turf?
One and the same.
Well, I think I set somebody off on getting those people taken care of, but there's no problem getting more people involved with that.
The previous guy, if you don't mind me asking, big, tall guy.
No, woman. Dark elf, I think. Don't see too many of them around these parts.
You don't say.
I do say, that's why I said it.
Well, perhaps if you could give us some information about what they're currently up to, we could go off and assist. Maybe take care of the problem.
Make a persuasion check for me. He leans back in his chair and finishes chewing on the chicken that he's been talking to you through, and wipes his mouth, has a big swig of his drink. He says, "All right, I'll tell you what I know about them and point you in the right direction. I know that they are coming out of Fordeath, and I know that they call themselves the Final Right. And I know that they've been plucking up my guys all over town. I know that they don't have a base in town, but I do know that they're responsible for the crime wave the past couple of nights.
Well, how do they get in and out and past the town guards?
That's the thing. I don't know how they're doing that. without rousing the suspicions of the Night Raptors. So either they had somebody in on it, in the Night Raptors, or they got some other way of getting into the city that isn't quite walking through the gate.
Oh, where have they been most active?
Well, aside from hitting up the warehouse district, they've been pretty active in the Travos district. Over here in Eris, too. We've been keeping a little bit of a safe distance from Sophia and Selgor.
Have you heard about the incident with the murder the other day?
The one on the streets?
Outside us. Not in the streets, outside where we were staying.
Oh, yes, the young nobleman that got iced. I recall.
You wouldn't happen to have heard anything about where he was picked up or who might have been involved in that, have you?
I come to understand that he was residing here, and then one day he was leaving very quickly, and that was the last anyone saw of him.
He didn't talk to anyone beforehand?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, these people pushing in on your turf, obviously, we also want to take care of them. But first and foremost, just like you, I'm a businessman. I assume it might be pretty valuable to get this thorn out of your side.
It'd be valuable, yeah, to get this thorn out of my side. It'd be more valuable still if, they stopped riling up things here in Sorath on a more permanent basis. I don't happen to know where they're based, though.
Oh, perhaps you'll know if they've had any dealings with any of the Charin.
Oh, now that's a bucket of crabs that you're bringing up here. You implying that the Final Right has their cahoots tied in with the Charin? I know the Charons have been involved in the government of this city for the longest time. And while I am no friend to the Charon myself, simply because our interests are misaligned, I do believe that when they say they are looking out for the best of the city, they mean it. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of benefit mutually for both of us, Charon and the Razors, to ignore each other. One of the reasons why the garrison has historically ignored our activities. We bring benefit to the people of Sorath in a way that the legitimate government cannot be seen to do, if you catch my meaning, sir. So while I do believe that the Charon sometimes don't always make good on their promises and can sometimes be a little heavy-handed with the law. I don't believe that they will be involved in anything to do with this despicable scum. And I'll tell you something else, sir, about this despicable scum. They ain't natural. And by that I mean the way they fight is all wrong. You get into a scrape with a group of cutthroats and thugs out in the street, you're not trying to get yourself killed. You're not throwing yourself onto the enemy's blades or throwing your allies on them on a regular basis. That's how you lose friends. But these folks have some kind of religious zealotry going on with them. Making dark calls to dark gods in the midst of combat. They ain't normal, you see.
No, they're not.
If you mean to tussle with them, you better come correct. You need anything that you can't get legitimately to do that. You come to me and I will set you up. Your little group of muscle, that I understand, is quite strong. So I don't feel like anything I give you would be put to waste. And we'll say it operates on the goodwill and credit of what you're trying to do for the city here by getting rid of said scum.
That's good to know. And I am grateful that if any new information should arise, that you will let us know.
I'll send the Thin Man along to let you know if there's anything new and interesting that we find out.
In that case, I believe we will start poking around the warehouse district, maybe investigating a little into the cemetery some more to see if we can track down that base of operation. I feel like whatever is going to happen will happen sooner than later.
Understandable, sir. I do believe that is correct. Not sure when anything would be happening, but I think it will be soon.
Thanks for meeting with me.
You know where to find me. You need me again.
Dominic will nod and he'll stand up and go to make his leave and motion for the other two to follow him.
Alrighty.
Gawain is trying not to look surprised that Timothy didn't turn this into a bloodbath somehow.
He's a businessman, and he isn't a Charon.
Very true.
Alright, back to
Plus, the more people we kill, the more he'll pay us.
you leave the...
Gawain's fine with it. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Gawain's fine with it as long as he gets to kill cultists.
You leave the Serpent's Head Inn. Anything else you'd like to do in your errands?
I'm gonna turn to James and Gawain and ask, do you think we should head back or maybe stake out some of the warehouse district, see if there's any sewer passages or underground passages that maybe they're coming in on?
It might be prudent to have the whole group together before we do that.
Right.
I agree.
More muscle.
Never know when we could get ambushed.
Again, yes.
Okay. You guys head back to the boarding house then to wait for the rest?
Yep.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay. Meanwhile, at the castle.
Meanwhile, back at the castle.
Rianne Verardesta enters the castle and is stopped at the front desk. This castle is also serving as the administrative center of Sorath and the entire province of Sorath. And so there is quite a few offices here for the administratum of Cruelty. The front desk officer is a not a military member. The administratum is sort of the bureaucratic agency of Corinth. It falls under the auspices of House Justier, just like the Corinthian military does. And so, while they do respect rank, they do not have to adhere to yours. And so the desk officer says, "Yes, ma'am, what can I do for you?" It's a young lady, blonde, probably 20 something.
I'm the Baroness Rianne Verda-Asta, and I'm here to find out the disposition of my nephew's body. That would be Eredeth Ever Adash.
Okay.
And I know I just mangled the names, but
Elithal Ver Ariash.
AFL.
Yep. She says, "Okay, let me check that for you. I'll be right back." And she gets up, heads into the back. After about 5 minutes,
I've got more than one rank, so.
Yeah, after 5 minutes, she comes back in. She says, "All right, Baroness, I believe there is a official who will speak to you about that. Their name is Raina Salvor, and I will show you to her office, if you please."
Thank you. Most kind.
And she nods, and she escorts you upstairs to the second floor. And this is right outside the office of the governor. She leads you there to that spot and introduces you to the province administrator, Raina Salvor. She is a young woman, probably around the age of 25, not too much older than the young lady who led you here. You will find that she is roughly 5'5".
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah, and she says, she's buff. She's pretty built. On her uniform, which she looks quite smart in her uniform, there are some medals on her chest that show that she participated in 1st Expeditionary. And she says, you're Baroness Ferrardesta, yes?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Raina Salvor, Province Administrator, formerly Lieutenant Salvor of 1st Expeditionary. You're looking into your cousin's remains, correct?
Yes.
Right.
And
So,
the disposition of them.
yes, so I have a receipt that they were sent with A&M Shipping Company. They're headed north to Fordeath for burial. Your uncle's pre-existing instructions, the Duke's pre-existing instructions for anything happening here in Sorath as of 990 was to have the remains sent to Fordeath, and that is what we have done. Here is the receipt, and here are the original orders from roughly 60 years ago, 50 years ago, 57 years ago. She corrects herself rapidly.
57 years ago.
Yes. That is when the original orders were left.
So,
You want to make a history check for me?
yeah, because I'm trying to remember which person that would be. I can't.
Okay, so 57 years ago. Sorry, I have to look at the. It would be in
That's fine.
reference to Duke Ariash's father, the former Duke Ariash. Lucas Ariash had yet to been born 57 years ago. He was born in the year 998. So his father left these instructions in case anyone in the family was found to be deceased in the city or province of Sorath for their remains to be sent to Fordath.
Okay. Because she's going, my uncle 57 years ago.
Yeah.
I- Rianne looks at this, looks slightly confused, then looks at the signature on the orders and goes, "Oh, no, he's not my uncle. He's my nephew."
Oh.
And,
Oh, I'm sorry. I misspoke.
it's all right. As the provincial governor, have you? I'm sure you're cognizant of the comings and goings of people in port. And you have Aethel misfortune here. By chance, have you seen his brother, Calvin?
The governor has been made aware that Calvin had been in the city for a short period, but he had left the city as far as the official roles are concerned. Aelithal had arrived shortly before him, and based on the records, tried to leave recently, and then we found his body within province limits, as you're aware.
Yes. You said officially.
Yes, officially we haven't had any reason to believe that Calvin would be still in the city. We haven't seen him. No one has spotted him within the city. He did not officially sign out of the city, as is tradition. Usually a noble will speak with a guard on the way out, and the word will be received and sent back to the castle here for adding into the rolls so that we would know that they are on the road rather than within the city if someone were to come looking for them. Calvin didn't do that, but he was seen outside of the city limits on a recent basis. Last time was probably around, I want to say, the 3rd.
Officially.
Yes, we
he
can't.
Probably has left the city, but unofficially, I would keep my eye open for him within the city. He was very much a stickler when it came to doing things properly.
I see. Make a persuasion check.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh. She says, I see. Then he must be doing some business within the immediate area, but has not deigned to sign out, of course. That makes sense.
But just player question, what's the name of the inn we're staying at again?
You are staying at the boarding house. It doesn't have an official name other than the boarding house.
Okay. If you could be so kind as to put out an unofficial word to keep an eye out for Calvin. and to let me know at the boarding house if he's seen within the city limits. I would consider it to be a personal favor.
I understand.
Since we are discussing things, the lieutenant that I had an interaction with, I believe heard of the Night Talons.
Oh, the
How
Night
is he
Raptors.
faring?
The
Night Raptors. I beg your pardon.
Lieutenant Hawline, yes. He is faring fine. He has come to recently, and we had him looked at. According to the official file from his superior officer, he was overcome by some madness related to insomnia and failure to sleep properly. He has been put on orders to rest for a few days. According to the logs between you and me, miss, he had not been taking his required rest as he should have been. And the graveyard has a sort of effect on people in town. Not everybody gets a good night's sleep, and it can make you go a little loopy, if you will, and paranoid.
I encountered that firsthand with him. Yes, I can understand. Rest is quite important for you.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he's under the watchful eye of someone.
Yes, he has some people taking care of him around the clock.
Oh, good.
Shall I let him know that
Excellent.
you asked after him?
Yes, please.
All right.
It's very interesting to see what comes of that. I thank you very much for your time and your information. It has been most enlightening. I wish you a pleasant day.
You as well, ma'am.
Rianne goes out and leaves. Oh, God, I hate dealing with bureaucracy.
Okay. You leave the castle. Do you head anywhere else?
No, but she's not going back to the boarding house right away. She needs to think. So she's going to start, go left around the castle and check out the other places she hasn't been and just think. Because there's something going on and it's nagging the back of her brain, but she can't figure out what it is yet.
The locations of note on this side of town, on the west side of town, are the Sorath Public Bathhouse and the blacksmithy Eagle's Blades.
Okay.
The bathhouse, if you wanted to stop by there.
Sure.
Okay. It's one of those
It's
buildings.
an excellent place to pick up gossip.
Yeah, it's one of those places that kind of stands out in Sorath. It's a feature of the town. It sports 3 baths that are enchanted and set at various temperatures. One can purchase soap there as well. Largely, residents seem to use the location to clean themselves, at least on a weekly basis. And that services are rather cheap. It's a beautiful building constructed in the early 400s by a traveling architect from the Cheyenne territories. This bathhouse features 3 large pools of water that drain into each other and then is recycled in a series of filtration and heating chambers below before being pumped back up to the top. Soaps, oils, and perfumes are available for purchase at the front desk. And the top tier is hot water for relaxing after a lukewarm bath in the middle tier. The bottom tier, the cold water, is for washing. Attendants regularly keep an eye on the behavior inside the bathhouse. Fees are low as the bathhouse serves the entirety of the city.
She's going to avail herself to that one because, like I said, she needs to think, and she's very good at staying quiet
Okay. So you go to the
and
bathhouse.
listening to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
This is for you to keep your ears open while you're relaxing in a nice hot bath after washing. Probably the first good wash you've had in a while. Ooh. Natural 20. That's very good.
Yay!
Okay. So that critical success there. Is there anything specific you're listening out for?
Rumors about Calvin.
Okay.
Rumors about Aethal. Rumors about Dominic's family.
Okay.
The zealots. People not sleeping. You know, a bunch of the stuff that we just covered that might have more information about it, plus anything else the GM sees fit to give me.
Oh, yes. So, with that natural 20, we've got to honor that. The rumors you pick up regarding Elithal are that he was a party animal here in town. He was always in...
That surprises are not in the lead.
Yeah, he was always having people over at the Serpent's Head Inn. He was always going over other people's houses in Sophia District or their apartments there, being a part of the city's nightlife. He's made frequent trips to the bathhouse, like with a group of people, sort of like booking the whole place for a few hours and basically like lording it up there. Regarding his general behavior, people seem to have kind of stopped talking about, like, they'll talk about like, oh, he was a party animal and all that, but then they'll be like, oh, but he died recently, and the conversation will turn in that direction of, oh, tell me more about that, and they'll say, oh, he was murdered in the streets of the city, and then he was found outside the city. It seems like the townsfolk are aware that he was killed within the boundaries of the city walls, not outside the city.
Interesting.
Regarding Calvin Ariash, rumors are that he was seen that same night within the city. And
Of that I have no doubt.
And the rumors are that he was also seen by a traveling merchant heading northeast outside of the city several miles, several hours before the murder even happened. So the conversations around that are going, well, I thought Calvin was in the city. How did he take his brother dying? Oh, no. Such and such merchant saw him basically heading into the wilderness, crossing the Tessiac the other night.
Okay.
So there's contradicting information on where Calvin's been seen. The information regarding the maniples that you're picking up are kind of surrounding the whole thing recently with Elithal. They're being colored by his murder, so they're being brought up again in conversation. Where one person will go, do you think the Ariash are being cleared out like the Manipoles got cleared out? What do you mean? Well, the Manipoles were wiped out a few weeks ago. They were the Charon family's vassals. Yeah, but the Ariash family's a major house. I don't think anyone's gonna knock them off. I don't think a bunch of bandits are gonna be able to do that. No, you're right. The conversation goes in that sort of direction where they pass it back and forth, but it doesn't seem to be any new information regarding the Manipoles there. It's just sort of coloring the story around what happened with Elithal. You do hear an interesting bit of information from some of the women that are in the bathhouse, where a lot of them are taking a drug called serasomna so they can sleep at night, and its supply has started to run out. It's getting more rare in town. And one of them lets it slip that the razors have been getting boxed out of their territory, and that's why they're unable to acquire any more of the serasomna, because they're basically the people who were providing it aren't there anymore. They're getting kicked out by somebody else.
If I remember correctly, the Maripols had healing.
Yes, they had they were herbalists in a fashion, and they had developed something new that Dominic sort of remembered. Yes.
Would they also be something, the house that might be making this other drug?
You can make a history check for that.
I will be glad to make a history check for that.
With a 23, the Manipols were a very minor house. They weren't on any of the major roles for court at the castle in Fordath. So, as minor vassals, they would probably send a representative or two, but they would be drowned out by the representatives from the major duchies of Corinth. And so, you don't recall ever meeting one. With that 23, you do recall meeting the Charons and the Farlodans around them. The Farloda family is the druidic family that has a vice grip on Krunt's supply of healing potions. They also have a vice grip on the agricultural skills that they have. The Farloda Duchy itself produces almost as much grain and other food as House Justier, and House Justier has the entire northern expanse at their disposal to do it. But Farloda is a much smaller area, and they provide more food and material in that regard than, almost as much food and material in that regard as House Justier. And so from a logistics angle, the Farlodans could be considered as powerful as the royal house, as the royal family, from a how much agricultural product they produce on a yearly basis sort of measure. With that much money, they can buy almost anything. And yet, they sort of under-advertise themselves. They're very hush-hush about a lot of stuff, but they will sue, like, a random hedge druid into the ground if they catch wind of that person casting spells that they believe belong to them. So you know that the Farloda family are very litigious. They're very... they hold grudges, and they are one of the most secretive families in Corinth as to like what their products are and what they do. You do not think that they... Let me rephrase that. You think it is entirely possible that they could be supplying Serasomna to people. However, Serasomna is an illegal drug because it has some hallucinogenic properties.
Okay, that's interesting. I've gotten anything else listening and gossiping? Or listening to the gossip.
Listening to the gossip. I'll also say with that natural 21 investigation check, you do know that for sure that the commander of Sorath province, Commander Lester Vervan Cressa, does not actually hold the rank of commander from the military. He was appointed to that rank. So he has no military skill whatsoever.
Ah. Well, that explains some things.
Right. He's a noble appointee in a position that he is completely unqualified for.
Yay. Are there any other plot hooks the GM wants to drop on me?
That's about it. You rolled a natural 20. You're gonna get a whole bunch of shit that may or may not have anything to do with what's going on right now.
I didn't say that. I said, were there any other plot hooks you wanted to drop on me?
There is a shortage of eagle feathers. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Okay. Then Rianne is going to finish her bath and head back to the boarding house because the world has gotten slightly more interesting.
Okay. As you're finishing your bath, some lovely ladies compliment you on your skin and ask you what products you use, of course, what your perfume is, and all that sort of stuff. And you manage to extricate yourself from that social situation gracefully. And you head back to the boarding house.
Brienne hates the diplomatic. All right, there's a reason she was was a bodyguard to ambassador, so she could fade into the background for half a century.
Yeah, valid. Vera, you're the only one that's left in the wind right now. What are you doing?
Around what time was it when I did my slow walk backwards away from the rest of the group?
I'm gonna say it was probably about 8:30, so I'm gonna move the clock forward.
Okay. I happen to notice that the farmer's market is listed as in Sophia District. Is that correct?
That is correct. It is barely
funny story.
inside Sophia District. It's right here.
You know, thinking the same way, Vera was also going to try to listen to the goss. And probably hang out there until about lunchtime to just see what she can hear.
Sure.
Couple things that I am in particular trying to listen out for.
Mm-hmm.
The two families as well.
Okay.
And if anybody has seen a Skaldi.
Okay, make your investigation check.
Not as good.
Not as good. There are a couple people here at the farmer's market today who drop you a little bit of interesting goss. Apparently, quite a few members of the Charon family are supposed to be in the city. Nikolai Charon, for one, is supposed to be in the city. This isn't old news to you. They're supposed to... There's supposed to be a representative of the Farloda family here in town. But what you're gathering from that is that they are not actually here, but they're supposed to be.
Okay. And that's all I get, I guess.
Yeah, you
It's
don't.
very early, 8:30. Everybody is still in bed after their previous night, you know.
Yeah, it's more of a. Nobody's really talking about a Skaldi right now.
Okay.
Um, and there's nobody who is really talking too much about the nobles this time in the morning. And I know
Yeah.
you said for most of the day you wanted most of the
No,
morning.
no. I said until lunch, because
Yeah.
at lunch I want to go meet up with Kara. I'm
Okay.
gonna head over to the barbecue place that I
Okay.
know she likes to frequent.
All right. So yeah, between there and between that role and where you're at, you don't really hear anything interesting. The
Okay.
most interesting gossip is, oh, have you seen the price of bread lately? Yeah. So
They're not even talking about my cousin.
no, they're
How dare they?
no. You're at the one place where people like households go to buy their
Yeah.
groceries for the day. A lot of them don't even want to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So
Well,
Medieval Safeway.
yes.
you know, we were talking about growing things. I'm like, the farmer's market's gonna know for sure. Okay, it's fine. I got very distracted trying to find tea. Did not get what I wanted. I'm gonna head over to the barbecue place.
Okay, you head over to Crickets.
Thank you.
Crick-
Yes, crickets.
Cricket's Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
So Cricket's Bar and Grill. Around lunchtime, it's starting to get packed. A lot of the troops from Satrak Training Center want to go there for lunch if they have
Yes,
to leave.
but Kara has already told me to get there a little early. So
Yep.
when I say for lunch, I mean like Kara's lunch.
Right. So she gets there around 11, and
Uh-huh.
you arrive just as she's sitting down at one of the tables. And you go over to her and sit down. She orders the special for the day, which today is pulled salamander and a bowl of chicken harvest soup.
I will also have what she's having.
Okay. She says, "Did you get my letter?"
I did.
Okay.
It was helpful.
You got actors onto the table. Keep going.
How do things seem to fare in the training centers?
Things are okay. There's still a lot of questions about what happened to those troops. That squad that went missing.
We still haven't found much out ourselves.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's been almost a week, I think. Not much chance they're still alive, I guess.
There's a lot of activity in that graveyard.
Tell me about it. I don't actually know.
Have you heard about Aelithal's murder?
Yeah, everybody's talking about it back at base.
Do you know what they are saying?
Well, they're really blaming the Night Raptors for it. They're blaming them because he should have had an escort, at least to the province limits.
Do you know, sorry, it's a lot to kind of deal with. He was found outside the boarding house.
Oh no, that's where they found him? Did you find him? Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry.
He
Farah.
was left for us.
I'm so sorry.
Do
Do you know who
let me
did
know
it?
if you I have an idea.
Okay.
there's a lot that's wrong with the city right now.
Yeah. When I was talking to that that lieutenant up at the Capitol, he gave me the impression that things were super bad. It doesn't look super bad. You know, you look out in the streets and people are doing the normal day-to-day things that they're talking about doing. You know, they go to the farmer's market, they don't talk to anyone there, they go back to their house, go to the well, they talk to everybody there, and, you know, seems like a normal day every day, other than the war looming over our shoulder in the south. But he gave me the impression that we should all be shaking in our boots and heading for the hills.
What lieutenant was that?
That was Lieutenant de Alenmort.
History check. Do I know who that is?
I'll make a history check.
Should I know who that is?
Yeah, you can make a history check. You worked in Fort F.
Okay. God,
Ooh.
I need to get rid of these freaking dice.
No, you don't really know who this guy is. You recall that her letters said that he was operating out of the office of the Archmage, and that office is pretty secretive about who is involved with what they're doing.
Right.
So you don't really have any idea who this guy is.
Okay. Well, there's always what the city's willing to tell the people.
Which is not much.
Which is not much, which is why many of them seem to be able to get along with their lives as normal.
I guess no reason
Meanwhile,
to panic if they don't give them a reason to panic, huh?
right. We are continuing to explore the graveyard, but I wanted to ask another favor of you.
Okay.
With it, as much as we are trying to make sense of, have you heard of any recent high-value thefts lately?
I'm gonna roll for Kara, see if she's heard anything.
Okay.
Miss Doulahan. She says, you know, a couple of guys were talking about how there was a robbery up in the warehouse district the other night. I want to say it was like on the 4th. The robbery happened. They stole some really particular items, according to those guys, but they didn't know what was actually taken. They just know that, like, what was taken was particular. A lot of those warehouses are full of, like, real valuable stuff because they're moving the goods north and south. But I get the impression that the people who broke into it knew what they were looking for. And just like the regular, like the artwork, the furniture, the various other stuff in there that's got value to it, they weren't interested in that stuff. Because no one's making a big, like, there's no merchant making a big hoopla over their shit being stolen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Makes me wonder what was being held in those warehouses.
Oh, if I recall, the military uses some of those warehouses as, like, arms and other stuff storage, like leftover storage that doesn't fit into the armory.
Yeah. That may be related. I mean, at this point, most things might be related. This isn't at the moment. This doesn't quite seem to be a military problem. But I could certainly use another friend in ear helping on this one because there's so much else. So there is a woman staying at the boarding house that has reported to us a missing violin.
Okay.
Apparently all decked out.
Oh, okay.
Now certainly I'd like to try to solve this woman's problem, but she hired a Skaldi to try to search for it. Um,
Does he know what he's looking for?
that's the impression I got.
Okay.
He went missing,
He's missing?
and yes, and people still are not kind to our Skaldi friends as of yet.
Well, I'll keep an eye out.
And I'm sure you understand when I say I feel partially responsible.
Yeah, I get that. I do want to say that big BC, I thought it was going to eat me whole. But I'm glad it didn't, but it felt like it could have.
I'm sure it could have.
Anyway, I'll keep an ear out for any missing Skaldi. Do you have a description?
I describe him.
Okay.
Big, I'm sure I know his name somewhere.
Sorvac.
Yeah, Sorvac.
Okay.
He was just looking for work to do.
Okay. I'll keep.
And I
I'll keep an ear
probably
out.
should have taken better care of him when he showed up in town.
Oh, we live and we learn, right?
AFK a brief moment again. I apologize.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
You know where to find me if you hear anything.
Yep.
Be careful.
Yeah, you too.
And as it starts to filter in, we just eat and talk normal crap, and then I'll head back to the boarding house.
Okay. You will arrive around the boarding house, probably around 1.
That's fair.
Okay. Back to the boarding house. The group comes back together. It's a few minutes to 2.
Is there a possibility that I could do some wood carving at the boarding house when we are waiting?
Yes, absolutely. If you'd like to make a wood carving roll, you certainly can. Oh, yeah. That's really good. What do you carve?
I am going. James was going to try to carve a like a loaf of bread, but then made out of wood.
So you carve a wooden loaf of bread. Let's see, you're in the novice group right now. So, with a 19, with a 23 total, you carve a masterwork loaf of bread. This baguette of bread that you just carved is worth probably 40 writs, 40 gold pieces.
It looks so real you could bite into it.
It looks so real you could bite into it. He has a few like really good examples lying around. Mayhem's chewing on an example right now, but this loaf of bread he carves, it's got a glaze on it that makes it look like it's been brushed with honey. It's textured so that like it looks like there's seasonings on it. It looks really good. It's mouth-wateringly good looking. Alright, the scene's yours, guys. So yeah, you make a really good loaf of bread there, James, and your wood carving skills increase.
Nice. Do you add the loaf of bread in my inventory, or do I do that?
I can do that for you if you'd like. No, you don't need that anymore.
Okay. I'm going to, in a very soft voice, bring the others up to speed on the bits and pieces of gossip not pertaining to my family up to them. Yeah, about the drugs and what information I found about the Marderpoles. Most of the rest of it was about my family, so that's why I'm going to leave it off. I will talk to Vera about that in private later.
Okay. Yeah, you
When
bring people up to date.
I will say, when Vera comes in, she gives Dominic a very pointed look and just drops everybody's like already divided out money purses,
Mm, okay.
just one at a time on the table, and then sits down. Which, did we already do that?
No,
Or
I have to do that now.
okay.
Can we order food on our way?
I can't really hear you. What's going on with your mic there? You sound really far away, like you're underwater or speaking into a funnel.
Or a Pringles can, maybe.
Yeah. You got
I'm not sure what's happening.
Weird.
you got a Pringles can that you're not telling us about?
Yeah,
Did
share
you
the
bring enough
Pringles
to
can.
share?
Hold on, let me reconnect it.
There is a new tavern song in the new music that I got while he's reconnecting, and it's pretty good. This way that I can have 2 tavern songs or 2 just general like town songs. That way I don't go crazy from just having one.
Nice, nice.
Okay.
New tavern music. It's the end of an era.
I know, right? Does this mean we're getting 6 seasons in a movie? Maybe. Maybe not.
Who's getting replaced with Chris Pratt if we have a movie?
Hmm.
No takers. No one's gonna volunteer their character.
I don't think anybody wants to.
It seems to be a Hollywood prerequisite these days.
Hmm. Daniel, if you're speaking now, can't hear you at all.
Damn, did his mic die midstream?
Man. Big unfortunate.
Mhm.
Mics are always a good thing.
Mm-hmm. You guys all still have your temporary hit points from the end of the last session.
Well, we weren't supposed to.
No, I think you're supposed to.
Oh, okay.
It's fine if you do. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I noticed that Mayhem and Piper have theirs still.
Yeah.
There we go. This should be better.
Yes.
Welcome
Yeah.
back. We can hear you now.
Back.
Also, Gawain pets Mayhem.
Ah, yes, he wags his tail. He's very happy about this development. He's perched under Piper's table. She is working on her notes from yesterday, basically filling out her research materials.
Yeah, my question before I got disconnected was if we could order food and place it on the room.
Yeah, you guys are at the boarding house. The boarding house is provided by the government of Sorath. It's more or less a civil service. So you don't actually pay anything other than the regular nightly fee. So you don't have to pay for the food. It's covered by your fee, your nightly fee.
Even for extra food?
Yes.
Then
How
Tim will
much-
have a comfortable amount of food.
Okay. Tim has an incredible amount of food on his plate.
No comment.
Mayhem gets closer to Tim.
I will keep sneaking Mayhem all the food.
Okay. He eats whatever you hand to him because he's a very trusting boy.
Honestly, it's like 50-50.
Mm-hmm. You're getting full view, Gawain, of Mayhem being slipped like a full, like, ham.
Not ham. Try chicken.
A full chicken leg. He gets, Timothy slips him a chicken leg.
I mean, Gawain approves of spoiling dogs, so.
Mhm.
Just please don't give them ham.
He really wants the bacon, though.
Of course he does, but no.
He whines for the bacon.
So
Dogs
what
yearn
are
for
our
the
next
bacon.
moves?
Well, there's that fiddle that's missing. Piper's busy today, so going into the graveyard without her won't get you paid.
You'd also scope out the warehouse district.
Yeah, I do share a little bit about that
Mhm.
as well.
Oh, that sounds just delightful, but all right.
I did find it weird that nothing. It wasn't. They knew exactly what they were trying to get. So it makes me wonder what exactly was in there.
Hmm?
Might be worth it to scope it out.
It might be. We can give that a try if that's what you guys want to do today. At this particular point in time, I just want to hit things. I've been dealing with bureaucracy all morning.
Who was
And I
that?
don't think it's going to get
Sounded like a puppy.
what? That was me sighing.
My dog is behind me whining, but he just wants more food. I just fed him.
Mm.
What
When
did your
petite
Undercity contact tell you? Nothing.
I'm sorry, what?
Speaking to Dominic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like what? Did
Oh.
we all share everything, or
Yeah.
so did you share the details of your excursion with at the Serpent's Head?
Yep. I
Okay.
shared it all.
Okay.
And Gawain has also shared being surprised that nothing went wrong.
Of course, nothing went wrong. He was a businessman.
In the business of causing trouble, usually.
Well, I just feel like you should put down rabid beasts and Sharon's.
Timothy, I've been meaning to have words with you. Didn't your parents ever teach you that leaping into situations without looking first was always a bad idea?
Hmm. It might have been one of the lessons that they were going to right before they died.
Normally they do that before you reach the age of majority. How
Oh, well,
old are you?
Timothy will look kind of aghast. He's like, "How old are you?"
Mayhem looks
I'm looking.
aghast.
I laugh.
I'm looking at my 4th century.
Well, you should be old enough not to ask a gentleman his age.
Oh, I gave up that one, a good 200 years ago. So,
It's not how that saying goes.
how old are you?
Old enough?
I rather doubt that. You don't seem to have enough sense to be old enough.
I am a perfectly reasonable person.
Sometimes.
Then why don't you tell me your age?
Well, 23 and a half.
I'm surrounded by babies. Then you should have been taught to look before you leap.
To be completely fair, no one could have guessed the skeletons were going to ambush us.
Yes, you could have. It's a cemetery. That's
We'll
the
chalk.
Undercity.
Piper
It's full of
chokes.
dead things.
She chokes. Piper chokes on her drink, and goes, "That's what I just wrote that down in here in my sections on skeletons that they will ambush you."
See, the expert agrees with me.
Well, hindsight.
We were in a graveyard surrounded by the undead. How could they not at least try?
Hindsight of several centuries tells me that skeletons generally attack. It's the exception if they don't, rather than the rule.
Well,
I give
we know
Dominic
better
a very
next time.
I give him a very fond look and I say, to be honest, I was fine with it. We did go because I wanted to hit things. I hit things. We survived.
See?
It still was poor
Rian
decision
gives
making.
Vera
Don't get me
such a
wrong.
look.
You think after 4 centuries you'd learn to relax.
I
Oh, I
walk
relaxed.
away.
If we live to make through this, I will take you on a relax and show you how I let my hair down. But we have to survive that first. And you leaping into danger without two thoughts other than shiny is not going to get us there. Can you please be a little more cautious?
I can be cautious. Timothy says while
Will
nodding.
you be cautious?
100%.
Show me your hands.
He'll hold his hands up. One of them's holding a sandwich.
Now tell me you're going to be cautious.
100%.
100%
Caution.
what?
Middle name.
100% caution says middle name. Oh boy.
Gawain is just
First.
slowly sinking into his chair, eating his own sandwich.
Smart Gawain. We will hold you to that. God.
I come back with a very large beer.
Now look, we should talk about the important things here. Finding out where the cultists are and killing all the Charons.
You're saying that very loud.
You know, caution.
Like Piper could hear us earlier.
I can still hear you.
Piper, you heard nothing.
I'm sure I heard nothing.
Both Rianne and I reset our opinion of Piper several levels higher.
So, warehouse.
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 Gawain says, warehouse through a mouthful of sandwich.
Mayhem barks.
Gawain slips him a piece of sandwich.
He eats it.
I don't know about you ladies, but I feel like we just bonded a little.
I wish to God you could see the look on my face. No. Oh, God, no. Oh.
Gawain is
So
suddenly
we're heading to the
uncertain.
warehouse, and we need to keep an eye out for our Skaldi friend with him and a missing violin.
Mm-hmm.
Have I forgotten anything else for today?
Yeah, keep an eye out for Calvin. Kill cultists if you come across them. Don't talk to anybody. You know, the usual.
Trust me, I have never forgotten about Calvin.
I didn't say you did.
Okay, so are you guys heading over to the warehouse?
I think we are.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty then. You head to the warehouse district, and you guys begin taking a tour of the place. I'm missing one of you. There you go. There's the sixth one. As you're heading about there, who would like to make the investigation check?
Who has the best investigation?
I think mine is
I'm
very
pretty
high.
investigative.
I have an entire +1.
I've been rolling like crap, so you will not see me offer. I will help somebody though.
My investigation is -1. I lied.
My passive is 11 and I have a +1.
+0.
James,
but
what do you
could
got?
give bardic inspiration.
You got.
I guess I'm doing it.
Can we help?
Yeah, you can get help.
So
Advantage. And if James wants to spend a bardic inspiration, you can get bardic inspiration as well.
I like to imagine
totally.
what that song sounds like. It's probably like a Dora the Explorer, like, you know, find the thing.
Okay.
If you get bardic inspiration to try and ace a sleight of hand roll, it's swiper good swiping.
Yep.
So you are. Go ahead and. What's the size of your die? It's a d6. Okay, so Rianne, roll your investigation check at advantage with 1d6 in bonus.
All right, let's see if I can do this. If I did that right.
You did.
Disappeared very quickly. Wow.
That
Painful.
sucked.
Is that really what you rolled?
Yeah.
Wow. We're
The
very
natural
distracted.
1, a 4, and a 1 on the d6.
So you guys are making your way through these warehouses, and you come across one that has a lot. It looks like it's been knocked over a little bit. Like it's a little bit of a mess. It looks like it's sorry. It looks like it's been ransacked. This is probably one of the ones that was broken into. And as you're in the middle of sorry, you're sorry about that. While you're in the middle of your investigation, Mayhem starts acting like there's something wrong. Sorry, hold on.
Do you need a water?
What's that, boy? Timmy's stuck in the well.
You are Timmy.
I've got a water. I'm good.
Okay.
I am.
Me trouble gets stuck in the well.
As you are making your investigation, you hear the growls of wolves as soon as Mayhem kind of starts acting like, oh no, we're in trouble here. Where's my wolf growl? I had a wolf growl. This might be the best wolf growl I've got. No. As that happens, quite large wolves come from around the corners of the warehouse, surrounding you.
Love that. Love that for us.
And now, we will roll initiative.
Did we forget to check for guard dogs, or did they get in somehow?
Oh my god, Mayhem. 22? No, 16. 16.
Bolstered by sandwiches.
Yeah, he's been bolstered by sandwiches.
That must be why Vera's rolling so poorly. Crickets just was not sitting well today.
Mm-mm. Dominic, you're at the top of the combat order there, man.
He rolled better than Mayhem?
By 4. Mayhem actually rolled a 16.
Wow.
Nice.
Excellent.
These wolves are
Um,
bigger than normal. They have horns, and their eyes seem to be glowing.
Oh, lovely.
on my turn, I will be like, as we're walking in, it's like, you remember where we just talked about being more careful? I think. Oh crap! And then I'm just gonna cast bless on people.
Okay. Who are you casting bless on?
I'm gonna cast bless on Rihanna, Vera, and I guess I'm also gonna do Gowan.
Okay.
I'm trying to target them real quick. Don't you have to target multiple people?
You can, yes. So when you go to cast the spell, it should give you the option to target multiple people.
Okay.
You can also shift click.
Okay.
So who were you blessing again? Gawain, Vera, and
Vera and Rihanna.
Rianne. Okay.
Thank you kindly.
Okay. And that'll be my turn. I'll call out that they're creatures, bless, and then. Oop, there you go.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Mayhem.
Okay.
It's now Mayhem's turn. Mayhem is going to bark. And then he is going to... he's going to move to here. And he's going to growl and then take a bite attack at that wolf, which hits, dealing 7 points of damage. Are his bites magical, though? They are not.
That's unfair. Dogs are magical. Should be.
I agree.
Divine beasts.
Okay. So Mayhem has made his first attack. I wonder if this thing's actually configured properly. It's not. That's why. Yeah, there we go. Alright, he gets 2 bites. So you're going to bite him again. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, because it's in a different mode. That's why. Bite! Oh, he misses. His second attack misses. And that is the end of his turn. Bringing us to Gawain.
Okay. Gawain is going to step forward. And he is going to cast Bane on the 3 creatures he can see.
Okay, which 3 creatures is that? 'Cause there are
The
4.
the 2... Oh, I only see... Oh. How many creatures can... Bane hit again? I only saw the 3.
There are 4 of them. Bane can hit a number of creatures.
I'm checking the spell listing right now.
3.
3. Okay. So, Gawain is going to cast Bane on the possessed wolf and the dull wolf over here and the one over here.
Bane is
This
literally
one-
the first of
This
flat.
one.
Oh, so this one, and the one behind, or the one to your right there.
The one to down from me and to the right.
Okay. Is there a saving throw for that?
Let me check.
I don't believe
I
there
think so, yeah.
is.
Charisma save.
Nope.
Oh, charisma saves. Okay, so
Charisma saves.
DC 13. That one fails. That one fails big time.
Nope.
That one succeeds. Okay, so what does it look like when you cast Bane?
So, Gawain chants a curse in the name of Roysa on his enemies, and there's a light on his hand, and then the area briefly darkens around the 2 that are affected before going back to normal.
Okay. End of your turn, correct?
Yeah. Can't take an action after casting Pain.
Rianne, your turn.
Rianne is going to move to here
Okay.
and go after this one.
So you jump onto this this crate, and you leap down onto this spot right next to this large possessed wolf. It looks like a regular wolf, though its eyes are glowing, and it has wings that are sprouting out of its back. Large, membranous, bat-like wings.
Yeah, no, that's we gonna hit that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why can I not hit with my battle axe? It's equipped.
There it goes.
Okay.
I will be right back.
I have to.
Getting into things.
Okay, you say it does, but I can't. Or did it roll already?
It didn't roll yet.
There it is. All right, it changes where it is. All right.
That hits.
Okay.
And then roll damage. Okay, so you slash it with your battle axe across the face. It howls in pain. The fire and the radiant light definitely hurting it, but it seems to resist that light a little bit more than you would have expected.
Well, I'm gonna use my second attack.
Okay, second attack. That one also hits.
Good.
Yeah, same. So you slash it once with your battle axe and then hit it again across the face on the other direction. You get nice cuts into the side of this creature's face, right below its eyes. The cuts aren't that deep. The fire has definitely burned it a bit. The fur is singed. You're feeling like the most of that damage that went through correctly is probably the fire. The rest of it, it resisted.
Yes, but it's still got something through, so.
Yeah.
Alright, that's my action.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
It is the end of my turn.
Okay.
It resisted radiant.
Yes, it did resist radiant. Okay, so this fell wolf targets Mayhem and tries to bite him. Missing.
Yay.
That would have been 6 damage. That's the end of that wolf's turn. This one runs up to James. And makes a bite attack. That also misses with a 14. Okay, that would have been 11 points of damage. James, your turn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna attack.
Okay. What are you attacking with?
Tears.
You draw your sword, Tears, and swing it at the creature. Its jaws snap at you as it tries to bite you. You dodge out of the way, and then you stab it through the head, blade cutting slightly into the ear and into the shoulder behind it. Roll damage. 14 points of damage. Very nice. It whines. End of your turn, or do you have a bonus action?
I have a bonus action that I wish to use. I am going to use. Where are you? Oh, okay. Bardic Inspiration on Timothy.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
Veracasa, your turn.
Vera is not comfortable with Mayhem being by himself, so she is gonna come up to here,
Okay.
and she is gonna bonus action rage.
Okay.
And then she's gonna hit the thing.
Just gonna attack that fell wolf.
Mm-hmm.
$18 hits.
Yay.
16 points of slashing damage and radiant damage. You wound this creature heavily, slicing it from neck to tail along its flank as it's facing off with Mayhem.
And I growl at it.
It seems cowed by your growl.
Yeah.
End of your turn.
End of turn.
This fell wolf rushes at Timothy and tries to bite him. Oh, that hits Timothy. Dealing
Ouch.
8 points of biting damage.
Ouch.
You need to make a strength saving throw.
Yes. There we go. 11.
11. Okay, so you fail. And it drags you to the ground. You are now prone. And so it comes up behind you. You turn around. It gets your arm, and it starts pulling you backwards, and you lose your feet under you. And now you are being dragged by this creature by the arm.
Ah. Bad wolf.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is that the end of your turn? Oh, that's the end of its turn. That was its turn. Okay, so this creature's going to move here, and then it's going to do this. It shifts, and then this miasma comes out of its mouth. Blasting
Ooh.
Vera and Mayhem.
Huh? Yeah, please.
Are you sure those cranes aren't in the way of Mayhem?
Nope, it's a gas.
'Cause
It just
he's a
rolls.
really tiny boy.
It just rolls right
Nope.
through the gaps between them. Constitution saving throw, please.
My character sheet's not coming up.
Want me to get it for you?
I don't know why it's not. I got it. Okay. Never mind.
Hmm.
Was that mine?
I think the 18 got in there. Mayhem failed his save.
Could I choose? Will you let me do this? Could I choose to fail and push Mayhem out of the way?
You want to get?
He's so close.
You want to use get down, sir? Yeah, I'll let you do that. You can fail instead and take the full 22, and he will take half.
Okay.
The foul wolf should not have taken any damage there. I don't know why it did. Because it was poison.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Yeah, well, it was poison damage. It shouldn't have taken any damage.
Oh.
Update combat. Not defeated. Update. These guys are broken somehow. Okay. I will finish resolving this. Yeah, so you take 11 more points of damage, Vera.
Okay.
And Mayhem gets 11 back. And you push him out of the way. You kind of like yoink him, and you grab him by the scruff, and you throw him out of the way as you hear this wolf kind of like winding up for it.
Mm-hmm.
These monsters are old monsters, though. They're not properly configured. I gotta fix that guy. There were a few updates between when I built these guys and now, and so they are hopelessly broken. And I did not expect that. They're broken system-wise. That one's correct now. And let's fix this first. Oh no, he should be dead. It's just resistance. So he's dead now. Great. Okay. My bad. Dominic, your turn. You're prone. You're being dragged by one of these large fell wolves.
Yeah, I'd like to grab my sword and just kind of lash out at it to get it to let me go.
Okay. You lash out at it. You can make an attack. As soon as you lash out at it, it lets you go.
Ooh. Attack.
Not bad.
That hits. Uh, 13 points of damage. Very nice. It whines.
All right, and then I'd like to, with the rest of my turn, get up and then half movement, go over here to stand by Gawain.
Sure. We'll make an attack of opportunity on you.
Yep.
I gotta move it slightly for that, though. It misses with a 18. You dodged 10 points.
Oof.
Mayhem's turn. Mayhem uses lick wounds on Vera.
That's really sweet.
Mayhem is a good boy.
Healing you for 3.
I'll take it.
He then barks and runs and jumps onto this barrel, running along here, and now is behind the possessed wolf.
I like this battle song.
I do too.
Gawain,
Okay.
it is now your turn.
So, between the one fighting James and the one fighting Timothy, which one looks more hurt?
Make an insight check.
All right. 14.
They're both about the same. You also are aware of what these creatures are. They're fell wolves. Sometimes predators in nature are possessed in a fashion by a demonic spirit, and that creature is referred to as a fell version of that creature. This possession has begun in this creature, but it has not progressed to the full variant, which is over here behind you.
All right. So thinking tactically, Gawain is going to flank the one that James has tied up.
You need to be one space over.
Thank you.
Yep.
And let's see.
You may attack at advantage.
is going to use Searing Smite.
Ooh.
Crap, how do I actually make it use the thing again? I'm sorry.
You gotta make an attack roll first, and then you
Okay.
can use the smite.
Okay. Oh. Do not have an item with the name Crestfa Greatsaber? Oh, because Radiant Crestfa Greatsaber.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's now the Radiant Crest for Greatsaber. Kreia, it's a Kreia Greatsaber.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem.
Attack roll. Advantage. That's a 27 hit.
Yes, a 27 hits. Good
Okay.
God.
And then I roll damage, and then I apply the smite.
Yep, you roll damage and then you apply smite.
Okay. That's 17
Ooh.
damage plus. How do I. Those. Plus Searing Smite. Oh, I'd have to end concentration to. Okay. I'll stick with the 17 damage then, because I don't want to end concentration on Bane.
Yes, smites are concentration. Alright, so 17. You didn't need to smite it. You slew it. Describe how you killed that big boy.
Gawain just overhead looping chop with his great saber, just straight into.
You put that thing down, ending its misery. The blood from the creature runs off and it enters the drain.
Do I have movement left?
You have 5 feet of movement
Okay,
left.
he is going to step over the corpse and take a step towards the other fell wolf.
Yep.
And probably literally actually growl at it.
That's too far. Right there.
Sorry, thank you.
Okay, you growl at it.
Just-
Are you trying to intimidate this wolf here?
You know what? Sure.
Okay.
I can roll for that.
That'll be your bonus action then.
Okay. I wasn't going to use it for anything else.
Yeah. 17 total. It knows you mean business. Rianne, your turn.
Yeah, I'm also a little intimidated.
Brienne is going to step closer to it,
Um,
and it is now. Well, it was back here. I'm not sure. Am I close enough to hit it?
you are close enough to hit it. You're in melee with it.
Okay. I'm in melee with it, and it's flanked.
Yes.
I am going to go after it.
That activated my boyfriend in the chat.
I see that.
Okay, why did not it come up?
Mm,
It's equipped. Don't want to delete. Why are you not working?
You might have to drag it back to your hotbar if it's changed since the last time you used it.
I have it. It wasn't even in my hotbar.
Oh.
there you go.
Thank you. Okay. Why are you being obnoxious?
Whatever you did,
Attack that. I unequipped and re-equipped.
yeah, that must have worked because now it's definitely tagged that possessed wolf.
Okay. I get advantage because it's flanked.
Yep. 27 hits. Swinging for the fences, Rianne.
Yep. Better. Swinging for the fences and try and take its head off.
Yeah. Good hit. It's still up.
Is it enough?
No. It still has hit points.
Second attack.
You hit that thing again in the head. It's got another deep gash on it. It doesn't seem to be stopping.
Gotta go for it again. Because, no. Bad dog.
That hits. Mayhem thinks you're talking to him.
No, Mayhem, you're good dog.
Okay, that hits, and you chop it again in the head, and it seems to be taking the hits, but it's much more durable than these other fell wolves.
Well, I'm glad it's targeted on me, and it's basically 4 swing, back swing, 4 swing, back
Yeah,
swing.
you're just giving it the good old 4-swing backswing, and it's taking him like a champ, unfortunately. It's at the end of your turn.
Right, that is the end of my turn.
James, your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a step closer to the fell.
Your sword is elated at the opportunity to spill this thing's blood.
I will make it very much happy.
That hits.
Nice one. And the damage.
And puts it down. How do you finish the beast?
I Hello?
Yeah, I didn't hear you at all.
Yeah, my entire headset just completely stopped and rebooted.
No! Okay, give us your epic description now.
James, give it a great slash, and basically cutting through its throat and freezing it shut.
And yeah, the wound freezes shut. The ice crystals spread throughout the neck into the depths of the head and the rest of the torso. Unbeknownst to you, but that's what happens. And it just sort of loses itself, its eyes shut, and it falls over. And that brings us to Vericasa's turn. Unless you had a bonus action, James.
No. Gonna keep my bardic inspiration for later.
Okay. Veracasa, your turn.
Vera's gonna run up next to Rianne and hit the big guy.
You take a big old swing at the possessed wolf.
Yep. Hold on.
Yep.
Gotta move my. Okay. I was getting there.
Sorry, I'm just trying to help.
I know, but I'll never figure out the system if.
Okay.
Okay.
You got him targeted.
That's what I want.
And flanked.
Yep, Mayhem's got him flanked.
Hold on. What? Why am I getting? So I'm gonna attack with advantage.
20 hits.
Okay. Damage.
10.
Nice.
21 points of damage. Nice. That's max damage for you. You rolled max on the 8 and the 6.
Woot.
It's still up, though. Seems to resist the slashing and the radiant.
So it's just resisting, it's not immune. So if we beat on it enough, it'll go down regardless.
We can but hope.
Correct.
And I've been doing fire damage to it, so
It doesn't get its poison breath back. It's gonna try to bite Vera. She just smacked it. Even with the Bane, it still hits Vera.
Okay.
Vera, please make a strength saving throw.
Do I get advantage or anything?
Yes, you do,
For rage?
because you're raging.
Okay, just want to make sure I remembered that right.
Yep. And it whispered it to you in the chat, too, that you get an advantage.
Why did it... Okay.
Okay, so you succeeded. You got a 16. And you take only 2 points of damage.
Okay.
So that should bring you down to 30. Okay. That is the end of the possessed wolf's turn. Brings us back to Timothy. If you gotta go, Tim. If you gotta go, Daniel, I understand.
Oh no, it's my moment to shine. I'm gonna kill this thing.
I'm gonna redeem myself in the eyes of my friends.
Right.
This time it wasn't my fault. Okay.
I was responsible. Can I make it there?
You can.
Yes, I can.
You clamber over
Yes,
the
if
box,
you were.
jump down, land next to Rianne.
Can I hit it?
Can we hit it?
You still get advantage.
Don't need it. I already hit it.
Yeah, you hit him on the
But
money.
just know you had advantage. I was inspiring.
You are firing. Now let's kill it.
I mean, with advantage, you can still crit.
It's also flanked.
So you deal 9 total points of damage. It is resisting both of these types of damage, so it comes out to 4. It is still up.
I was still useful, and that's turn.
You could dump a smite into it.
You know, that's actually a good idea. So let's do that. Let's go into here and divine smite this guy.
This is technically a fiend. So I think you get more... you get one more d8. So roll one more d8. Okay.
Nice.
It is
Very
Nice.
nice.
barely standing now.
Oh,
Mayhem.
yes, please.
Going for the kill.
He's going for the kill. He doesn't know he is, but he's going for it. Makes his attack at advantage. Mayhem misses his first bite.
Come on, Mayhem.
He lands his second bite. Mayhem jumps onto the back of this possessed wolf and slays it by ripping out the back of its neck.
What an excellent dog.
You hear Gawain from the back. What a good boy!
Mayhem
He is a very good boy.
wags his tail so incredibly.
I think Vera's
Mayhem is a
greatest
very good boy.
contribution to this party has been finding Mayhem.
Okay. That ends our combat. So now we have...
All wolves and a possessed wolf in a warehouse in the city can't be a good sign.
In the daylight.
In the daylight, easy.
I'm going to flush the chat log real quick, just so we save on memory for everybody else.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to give you guys your experience points.
And then everyone given a woo in support of Mayhem.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
A
Oh,
woo.
oh, woo.
Does anyone need healing?
Uh, I think
Remarkably, no. I
I think
don't.
Vera and Mayhem need healing.
Vera needs it.
I'm,
So-
I
Vera
still have
and
30
Mayhem.
hit points.
Each of you.
Gawain is going to cast Cure Wounds on Vera.
That's very kind.
Healing. You get back 9 hit points.
That's great.
Mayhem needed healing?
Yes, Mayhem needed healing.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Mayhem.
Where did you go, actually, James? I don't see your token.
James is right underneath Mayhem.
Oh. Oh, he's under. Okay.
Mayhem gets 10 healies.
He is back at full at 22 hit points.
Great. I'm so glad.
Yay.
You all receive 260 experience points for the battle.
Yay.
So,
Does that include Mayhem?
Mayhem does get his own share of experience points.
Yay!
long shot, but if I roll religion, can I potentially think of any reasons why, undergoing demonic transformations and a possessed wolf might be drawn to an object in a warehouse?
Yeah, you can roll religion if you'd like.
Alright. That's 17.
Very nice. So you think back on your training back at the monastery, and you recall in one of your classes regarding the spirits known as demons that sometimes they are a natural phenomena in the world where a demon will cross over. Usually it's a very weak demon and it will possess the nearest creature. And it will, try to shift that creature into a form that is more suitable to it, more reflective of its actual shape. And that's what most bestial demons wind up coming out to be. So, like, these fell wolves and and that possessed wolf were all possessed by similar sorts of spirits that were slowly shifting these creatures to a more suitable shape for them. However, because the demons themselves are weak, bestial demons at the very bottom rungs, it takes a long time and they're very weak. The thing about them being here in this town, and more or less in this warehouse without any obvious draw, is a couple of things come to mind. You know that from your, encounters around town that there is cult activity. The other members of your party have spoken about cult activity. Your first thought is perhaps the cultists left them here to dissuade or to guard something or dissuade people from poking around here. That's one of your thoughts. Your other one is that they naturally occurred to dogs within the city in response to other demonic phenomena in the area and have thus found a place to nest. That's another thing that you think might be the case. So that's what you suss out with your 17.
So, as
Neither
I'm
of those are good options.
yeah, I relay that as I'm poking around and examining the demonic corpses.
I would also like to examine, and I don't know if this makes sense to do as like an advantage roll, but Vera is going to base hers on the natural world because her beast totem for her rage is wolves.
Sure. Yeah, you can. I'll give you advantage on a nature check for that.
Oh, okay. not actually what I meant, but I'll take it. I was gonna say
Oh.
advantage to Gawain researching, but
Oh,
if
okay.
you're gonna give me advantage on nature, I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah. I want you guys to succeed.
That's because you're a good game
My
master.
dice suck.
Go change
I'm done.
Go change your dice.
I'm changing my dice. You know what?
Unfortunately, these wolves are outside the natural order now, but
Yeah, I figured.
their behavior is still very wolf-like in that they were cooperating and working together. You do feel better now that they have been slain, though.
I've been holding back a joke about that crate full of eggplant emojis for a while now.
Oh, that one? This particular crate full of eggplants?
Yeah, it's actually eggplant emojis being shipped out to Zoomers.
Yes.
Oh god.
Okay, would you guys like to search the warehouse?
Yes.
Okay.
What do we roll?
You will roll investigation checks to search the warehouse.
Okay, my
Okay.
investigation's okay. It's +1. It's not catastrophic. Let's see how badly I fail. 10.
10. You find that they're...
Let's see how badly.
Oh, that's pretty good, James.
Let's see how badly I can fail.
Look, 14's pretty good.
Excellent.
I will roll for
Okay.
Dominic, since he's absent. A 4.
Dominic went to
Ow.
sleep against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's paying attention and petting our good boy.
Yes. Mayhem is not interested in investigating anything. He is interested in getting pets. Nine. Okay. So let's start with the 9. You have seen that there are quite a few boxes that have been opened already, Vera, and there's nothing inside them. There's no point in shipping a crate that doesn't have anything in it. That's what you find as you search the warehouse, Vera.
With my whopping 9, with my new dice still.
Yes, with your new dice and the whopping 9 that they roll. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call to attention that Vera always has bad rolls, unfortunately. And it is not her fault. It's just she's so lucky in real life that the dice gods see fit to take away from her. So, okay. The 10 investigation check. You're noticing the same thing, but there are also a bunch of crates in here that are open, but there's valuable stuff in them that no one took. For example, this silverware, actual silver cups, a couple of musical instruments, well put together, well made, but not like high quality masterwork artisan level. So full ass cembalo over here, or harpsichord, if you will. And no one's carted that off. Food sundries and such. The 14 Rand, you remember something that Piper brought up, in that the waterways are also connected to the Undercity. And you crossed over one of those waterways when you were in the Undercity the last time you were down there. When you crossed over that bridge, that waterway runs through part of the city, potentially. And so you think perhaps wherever this grate leads, it might lead to a waterway, and this might be a way that they're getting into the city.
Okay.
James, as you're searching through some of these crates, you find one that's already been opened, and as you kind of look around it, it's empty. You notice the manifest wasn't ripped off the side of the crate there. And the manifest says what should be in it. And let me just make sure I find that real quick. Particularly in this crate was an amount of gemstones, hydrilium cordite, which is an enchanting material, and some bars of gold and other precious metals.
I relay that back to the group.
Oh, that's not good. That's the sort of thing that the rune maker uses to put on our weapons.
Does indeed sound like the opposite of good. Ungood, if you will.
A couple of the other crates, Raven, James finds that the manifests on those point that currency was among them, or weapons in others. So they have stolen weapons, currency, and enchanting materials.
Seems like they're preparing for a fight.
Do you have the Arcana skill? You do.
I do, yeah.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check. And Rian, you can roll an Arcana check as well.
Okay. Oh, for Mike's sake.
Yeah. As far as you can tell, they might be trying to make enchanted weapons. Which, as you're aware, that doesn't take very long.
No, it doesn't.
Anything else you all would like to do here in the warehouse?
Since I think going down through the grate would be an exceptionally bad idea, although checking with Piper and overlaying this on any map she has for the Undercity might be a good idea, because it could be an escape route. I think that's all the damage we're going to do. We should maybe check around some more in this area, but I don't know what the other people think. thoughts, opinions?
Looking at my skill sheet to see if there's anything else I could potentially do here. Roll a history check to see if I can mentally overlay a map of the Undercity.
That would be an extremely high DC.
No, that was a joke.
I won't tell you no, but
That was a joke.
okay.
I'm gonna roll a general perception check to see if there's anything I see that I may have missed.
Okay. Oh,
Ooh.
Natural 20.
That's the way.
Yay!
At least some of you roll well.
To sort of confirm the theory a little bit, there are some footprints in the dirt here. And they seem to leave a dusty sort of presence around the grate. And they do spread out from there to other exits.
So they came from the grate and went out.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say with the power over the undead the cult probably has, they're hiding in the Undercity then. That much is certain. They're using it to get in and out.
Player question.
Yeah.
What is this things to the right of the grate down by the harpsichord? The large...
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Those are benches. They're just stacked up on each other. Yeah. Those are benches. This is a desk on top of two large tables. This is a bunch of, like, writing desks that are stacked up.
What's the thing next to the harpsichord?
Those are, like, big chests. Like, big, like, foot lockers.
What are the heaviest things in here?
The Chimbalo at the very least. Those footlockers, the big set of desks.
We should move those over the grate.
Yes, that's what I was trying to find out. So, which one weighs more, the Chimbala or the desks? And are we strong enough to lift one on top of the other?
Look, you could do it. It would take some time. You could definitely like set up the tables over the grate and then put the Chimbalo over it.
That's what I would like to do.
All right.
What do you guys think?
Gawain will assist with that.
Yes.
Okay.
James will also assist.
It'll-
Yeah.
Okay. It'll take you guys like an hour and a half with 3 of you.
Our house workers
gonna
come
help
back in a week.
too,
What the
like-
fuck happened here?
Okay. Then just an hour. It'll be around like 3:30 when you guys are done. 3:30 in the afternoon.
What are we going to do with the bodies of our most recent foes?
Unlike demons, like full demons presently here on the plane, their bodies do not dissolve.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm saying, what do we do with them?
Oh, sorry.
Send an
Cast them
option
into
to
the
report
fire.
this.
Who has fire damage?
I do.
Burn.
Leave the
Inside
bodies
or
piled
outside?
on top as a warning.
Outside. We don't want to catch what else is in here on fire.
That is true.
Okay, so you
Fair enough.
stack up the bodies outside the warehouse and you burn them. That'll take at least another hour.
Okay, so that makes it what, 4:30?
Yeah, almost.
Did we have anything else planned for this afternoon?
No, I mean, just looking for a Skaldi friend, but I also have started inquiries about that anyway.
Well, before the curfew hits, we could take a look around and see if we can find him.
Okay.
If Brienne looks at Vera, if you were a Skaldi, where would you go?
That is exactly the question I have been asking myself.
Well, you know he accepted a job.
He accepted a job to find the violin, so if I were a Skaldi, where would I go first to try to find a violin?
Pawn store?
Potentially.
Make an insight check.
Who?
Vera.
Okay. Oh my god.
Aw.
You know, Sorvak seems to be a man of the world. He might know what a pawn shop is.
Mm.
Sounds like a good idea.
There's also a part of me that feels like if he encountered that there were other thefts, that he would also land where there have been thefts, which is where we are.
Yes. You want to spend some time looking around the warehouse district for him?
I don't want to distract too much from what we've already been doing. I would like to at least look for clues. Do we have time for that? Maybe while the bodies were burning, I could spend that hour, because I'm not the one burning them.
Sure.
Like, will you let me do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody want to help so they can roll instead of me?
Yes.
Is that an investigation check?
That would be an investigation check, yes.
Gawain will help
Sure.
with that too.
Because it is just not my night.
I
mean,
will
I'm just
gladly
burning
help my
bodies.
cousin. You're burning
Burning
bodies, yes.
bodies.
Yeah. So does that mean Vera gets advantage?
We'll have one of you roll at advantage. You can decide who.
I'm
Who's
not
got-
rolling.
I've got +1 in investigation.
I have +1 in investigation.
Okay, which one of us rolls? Which one of us has the worst dice curse?
I don't know. We have the exact same dice. What's your passive?
11.
It'll be 11 for you as well.
Yes, I know it's 11 for me as well.
Yeah.
Go for it, Gawain. Let's see how you do. You've been running
Okay.
warm tonight.
Okay. 18.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We'll take 18.
Yep, we will.
There is no sign of your Skaldi friend here in the warehouse district. It doesn't appear that he came this way at all. As you ask the neighbors in Eris district, they have not seen him since the first day that he was here.
You know, I really, really hope we don't have to fight a possessed Skaldi. I really, really hope that. And yes, Rianne is the one saying that. Want to check the pawn shop before we have to head back to the boarding house and curfew?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Why is Mayhem eating carrots?
He is having a good time chewing on a carrot. He is enjoying himself.
Carrots are among the vegetables that dogs can eat, so.
Mayhem is a good boy. He can have carrots.
He's
As a treat.
he's enjoying his carrot.
As a treat.
He didn't ask anyone
I'm
if
sure.
he could have it. He just took it.
As a good dog should. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're headed to the pawn shop.
Okay, you guys head to the pawn shop. The Eris Pawn and Bundle is a dilapidated pawn shop in the Eris district. The roof appears to be collapsing. The stall is haphazardly built. There appears to be no windows at all in the structure. The wood is weathered and creaking. There's a young, skinny man behind the stall. He appears disheveled. Hey, what can I do for you guys?
We're wondering if a
Thanks.
Skaldi's come by here.
Skaldi? No Skaldi's coming by here. Hey, you wanna buy that compendium of monster parts I've got? Mayhem barks.
Nice way to weave it in.
Hey,
They've been monsters.
Yes.
Mhm.
I can't remember if we wanted to buy it or not. Vera was interested in it, but we were going to give it to Piper. How much was it again?
It's 120 writs, ma'am.
Quite possibly, but I have a question for you. Has anyone exchanged a violin to you for writs?
No one's come by selling any instruments.
Where would they sell instruments if they needed cash?
Well, here would be one of the places that they would sell instruments if they needed cash. I guess they could take it out of the city and head north to Forteth, where there'd be more of a market for that place.
Fair enough. We'll buy the compendium.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
No, thank you for the information.
The Compendium of Monster Parts, written by Celia D. Paulo in 1037 AJ, is a text thickly bound by leather and has a strap that can be attached to your belt. It catalogs all of the various creatures in Cruth and what parts, if any of them, can be used for enchanting. What are these dogs barking about? Jesus. Hold, please.
I think our GM just abandoned us, but I'm not sure.
No, I didn't abandon you guys. I was just...
It just cut in and out.
Yeah, hold, please. I'm gonna go investigate what the fuck they're doing.
All right, we'll hold.
I don't see anything outside, so I'm gonna let them out and see where they go. Maybe they sell a rabbit?
Really?
They saw the mighty snow rabbit.
As long as it's not the white rabbit.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I have that song in my head.
Well, I'm pretty sure we can't get a Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch at this hour anywhere.
Okay, I am back.
Probably not. Probably not.
Yes, if you'd like to buy the Compendium of Monster Parts, you can find the Eris Pawn and Bundle shop in your journal under Places, under Sorath.
Compendium of monster parts. Bye. Yes.
Have I rejoined the party by now?
You've what?
Have I rejoined the party by now? Because I was still burning bodies.
Yes, you have rejoined the party by now.
Okay.
Yeah. And you reach them at the pawn shop, which is here, and they have recently purchased a book, the Compendium of Monster Parts. With that, I believe you wanted to head back to the boarding house.
Yes, before curfew.
Okay. As the sun begins to wane in the sky, just a tad, you return to the boarding house. You pass by the heavy infantry that are posted out front and enter the building. Return to your places at your table.
Well, this has been a day.
Yeah, you could say that.
I get the feeling I've stepped into an extended string of "it's been a day."
I'm going to give the book to Piper.
Okay.
I appear you, if I remember correctly, you were very interested in this last when we told you about it.
Oh, well, all of the academic works by Archmage Deep Hollow are very interesting.
But not in your field?
Well, this isn't directly in my field, but it would be informative to have on hand.
Then it's yours.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
And she will take the Compendium of Monster Parts from you.
Good. That's not something I necessarily want laying around,
She says,
especially if enchanting items are going missing. So,
oh, she says, that's concerning. Enchanting items are going missing?
yes. And possibly being taken into the Undercity. So, how do you feel about going down there tomorrow?
Yeah, we could go. I'm almost done my notes, and then I'll pass them to you all so you can check up on those. Feel a little bit more informed about what we're getting into. And we can. Do you want to check out a different entrance, or do you want to go back the way we came out, or back the way we went in already? I guess we can talk about this in the morning, but
Yeah, I think talking about it in the morning would probably be best.
okay. Yeah. I'll finish up what I'm doing tonight, and then I'll be ready to head out with you guys tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Okay. She will nod. And after a little bit, she will return to her room.
Okay.
All right. Any last things we want done in the 10 minutes we have left for this session?
Not that I can think of. I don't know about my other players.
Wayne is going to art again.
Okay, you're going to attempt art again. So you're doing painting training. This is a dexterity check for you. And you need to roll, and whatever the result of your roll is gets added in points as progress. So 9 more progress, which brings your total progress up to 17 out of 125. You can make these rolls.
If there's anything to waste my bad rolls on.
Yeah. And you can make a roll for this once a day.
Yeah. he's practicing shapes right now, not really drawing anything in particular.
Mm-hmm.
James did give you a wooden skull for you to practice with.
Yeah, I thank you. He's also practicing sketching that. He's not doing a very good job, but he's getting somewhere.
Getting somewhere. Takes time and practice. All right. Anything else?
Not currently. Vera?
No, the only thing I think we have yet to do, which we don't need to play out, was Rian and Vera were going to have a private conversation about the other information you learned. So
You guys can do that when you
Yep.
go to bed.
Yep.
And that leaves James. Anything you want to do before the session closes?
James is going to start a little bit of a wood carving project. He wants to make multiple, small chest-like pieces.
Okay. Like as in a box or as in something for his chest? I just want to be clear what you're trying to make.
No, chest pieces, like
Like the game.
the game.
like the
Oh.
game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chess pieces.
Thank
Gotcha.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. So you begin planning out your project. You'll be able to work on that tomorrow.
All right.
All right. Cool. And that is the end of our day. Then, end of our session. Do you want to end the day here? It is probably just past curfew or getting close to curfew at this point.
I think closing it here would work perfectly.
All
Yep,
right.
I agree.
Then you will all go to bed. You may all roll long rests, and that's where we will call the game for the evening. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. I'm glad everyone who could come and play today could come and play today. I'm sorry that our player Daniel had to leave early, but he had a different obligation in the evening. And thank you all for all you viewers who come out and watch. It's very heartening to see you guys every day that I stream. It's good to see you guys chatting in the chat. So thank you. Our next session that is streamed is in 4 days. That's on the 24th. That's In the Heart of Rage, episode 4. So please come by for that, and hopefully we'll have a nice session for that with everybody there. And thanks. Have a good evening.
Bye.